Hmm. Hey folks, welcome to the second part of the video, wherein I will be sharing what was my design process like, and also share how the UI is. So I'm sharing it in Figma. So if you're familiar with Figma, it is mainly used for UI design. And I'll just give you a brief overview on what my process was. Maybe this will help you also plan your app, hopefully. So cool. So first thing is you need to understand why you're building this app. So my main motivation was to build something that I would use. So basically, I was scratching my own itch, and if I can solve a problem I'm facing, and even if I am the only user of this app, I would be happy. So that was the very first reasoning. And second reasoning is I wanted to understand how the app building process works. I'm not a developer. I don't have any coding knowledge. I don't know how to read code. I don't know how to write code. And the only advantage I have is in product design. I work as a product designer, so I know how I want my app to look, what would be the interactions, what would be the core components, and how I want the users to use this app. So I know that, but how to build it, I did not know that. But then with AI, a lot of examples on Twitter, on blogs, I was seeing a lot of people were building apps using AI, and I wanted to give it a try. So these were my two core reasons. And what do you want to do in this app? You need to be clear. So whatever you're building, you need to be clear on what you're trying to build. So for me, it was a simple habit tracker. So that was the only intention. And what are the basic functionalities you would want this app to have? So for me, compared to other habit trackers in the market, there were a lot of apps which did a lot of things. I just wanted to focus on one thing. The habit is done or not. So that is the only thing I wanted to focus on. And I wanted to keep that as a core functionality. So simplicity and usability became the core components of Cabot. So once you have the idea on what you want to build, try to do some brainstorming. So don't jump into the UI design of it, even though you know design, or you have someone in design, or you are hiring someone through Fiverr. Don't do this. Try to create a basic sketch on a paper. See what are the flows, how the design looks and feels, what are the core components required. This helps you actually analyze what are the most important parts of the app. So having that is more important. And even if you're hiring someone, you would have the sketches with you, which you can share with them and just say, okay, hey, this is something I would want. And you can, have that conversation from there rather than just having a verbal conversation or preparing it through a doc or something like that. So it is always ideal to have a basic mockup. It does not have to be high fidelity if you are not a designer. If you're a designer, then yes, you need to have a high fidelity mockup. But if you're hiring someone, then at least have some kind of rough sketches with you that would help other people understand what your vision is. And third is do some user research. So what I mean by user research is see what your competition is doing. We don't have to copy their ideas, but we can definitely take inspiration on what are the features they are offering to their customers. And if you think that there is a feature which would be beneficial in your app, you can definitely use that. And then also look at the apps which make you happy. Like it does not have to be a app that is in the same domain, but it can be an app which you enjoy using. It could be related to something else and you would want that experience to your users, so you can borrow ideas from there as well. So that also comes under user research. So once you have all these thoughts in mind, you can get into the UI design of it. So since I have a product design background, it is little bit easier for me to do it. I can also share what I've done. So this is the app design. So I use Figma to do it, and whatever experimentation, whatever variations, whatever feedback I want, I can just take a screenshot of this. I can just share it with my friends or whoever I'm taking feedback from, and I can collaborate with people here. In this project, I did not collaborate with anyone, but you can do these things in Figma. And you need to figure out your entire design here. I would highly suggest that. Don't rely on AI to do the design part of it. AI can do good design. I've never used AI to design it. This is all what I had thought, how I want my app to be. So this is that vision. But if you're relying AI for design, you need to be aware of AI design principles as well. Like contrast, accessibility, design patterns, colors, fonts. So these are a few basic things you need to be aware of in order to get good designs. And I would highly recommend if you can, learn some basics, or you can hire someone who can do this for you. And also have a design system in place. So what I mean by design system is, so you can see here on the right, we have, so I've defined my colors. So this is orange light, orange dark. This is gray light, gray dark. So in my app, I'm building two themes. One is an orange theme and one is a gray theme. And in both the colors, we have light and dark theme. And I've defined that here. So you can see there is a background start, background end, there's a text color, there's a habit status color. So what is the color for done, pending, missed? And same thing we have defined for dark. So I'll show you what we have done in Xcode. So in Xcode, right? So there's something called assets. So in assets, I've also defined the same thing. So you can see that in orange, you have your background start, background end. And this is the, so background start. So this is the light theme and this is the dark theme. So whatever we have defined in Figma, we are also defining it in Xcode. So what Xcode does is, if you have entered these values, it will automatically assign those values when you switch the theme of the app. So I'll just show the example here. So this is the actual app. So if I mark something, right? So I can see that. If I mark something here, I can see that. So this is the light theme, this is the dark theme. So if I want to switch the theme, I can switch theme. Maybe I cannot do it here. But there's a light and this orange and a dark theme. Maybe I can show it in Figma. Do we have it here? Yeah, there you go. So we have it here. So this is a gray theme. And then this is the dark theme of gray. So I don't know if this is the right video to share about design itself. You need to have that design study. I would highly recommend having designs ready before getting into AI, because AI will just take whatever you and give as a design, and then it will just try to generate the code based on that. And if you're not sure about the entire flow, then I think you'll waste a lot of time. So I would highly recommend at least be aware of what the user journey is in the design phase and what would the interaction be. So if I click on something like workout, I open this page, and in this page, I see the calendar view, I see the best trick view, and I also have two buttons. I also have an option here. So if you have this level of planning, it would be much easier to build your app using AI. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And if you'd like to see the app, I'll also share the app description in the app link in the description. Please feel free to check out. Thank you. Bye.